Hey everyone, Michael here. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to use the squeeze momentum indicator on TradingView. This is one of my favorite indicators and it will help you guys take your trading to the next level and capture some of these very large moves that we've been seeing in the market. So to get started, we're using a Bitcoin chart, but you guys can also use this on the stock market. I want you guys to go over here to the indicators, metrics, and strategies tab and just type in the word squeeze, okay? Nice and easy. At the top of the community scripts here, you guys are going to see squeeze momentum indicator by LazyBear. Look at the LazyBear right there. Click on this once and voila, it pops up. Now, I have a black background and some of the tools on this are actually in black, so we're going to change it up. And if you guys have a dark background, you guys are probably going to want to change this as well. Even if you guys have a light background, I still think this will help you guys out as far as the thought process of knowing when to buy and when to sell. So, skip this first plot up here, the first colors. Go over here to this second plot. I want you to change the black color right here, color 1, change it to a light red and turn that opacity all the way up to 100%. Afterwards, go to color 2, do the same thing with green, 100% right there, and then click OK. Now you guys can actually see all these crosses over here, whereas before they were black and it was much harder to actually view them. Now, this is what you guys are actually looking for on this particular tool. You can see how the momentum shifts from red to green. You guys want to see a momentum shift from red to green or green to red. And this is where you guys are looking for the buy signal here. This is the buy signal. After you have the momentum shift, you're looking for the check marks to go from red to green. The first green check mark after a momentum shift is what you're looking for in order to make a trade, okay? So let's use this as far as Bitcoin is concerned over the past few weeks, okay? We'll have a long example and a short example for you guys. So as far as this is concerned, let me just squeeze this down here a little bit more so you guys can see it. The first green cross after the momentum shifted was right here on Tuesday, the 10th of January, 2023. That is right there, okay? It lines up. And then afterwards, what we're looking for as far as selling is when the momentum shifts back down. So you see it go back down from a lighter green to a darker green right here. That darker green occurred on Tuesday, the 24th of January, 2023, and then boom, right there, okay? So the trade, according to this indicator, which is not perfect, is right here from Tuesday the 10th all the way over here to Tuesday the 24th. So about a 2-week trade here, and how much money would you have made if you guys actually did this trade? You guys would have made around 31%. Let me zoom in here a little bit more for you guys just so you can see what I'm talking about. Buy here, sell here. Around 31%. If you sold at the worst possible time on that day, you would have made about 29.34%, okay? Not a bad trade at all. You guys should be very, very happy to make that trade. Now, here's where things come into play that'll make your lives a little bit easier though, because you guys aren't just using this. If anything, this is a confirmation that you really want to be buying in on a breakout or something similar, okay? So what actually happened on this Bitcoin chart as we were watching it? Bitcoin actually broke out right here 1, 2, 3, 4 days before this happened, okay? On that 5th day there, boom, started to pile up even more. That was a true buy signal and you guys could have rode this up quite a bit. Now, as far as scaling out opportunities for you, you could always go with the classic Fibonacci extension level here. Let me move that down for just 1 second. And you go from your low, your high, and your next relative low. And you could try to see, hey, I might have been able to sell out here if I was getting a little bit antsy, or I could hold on past this because the momentum was still green, just slowing down. And you could have actually approached this level right here. So the way I think about this, because I prefer to scale out and at least lock in some of my gains, when I see a big momentum shift like this, I look for that big level of resistance, look for where the Fibonacci level is at, and you can see it's right around here, matching up with that. And I'm saying, hey, I can do my first scale out level right here, and I can do my second here, and my third here if we make our way up to it. And that way, no matter what happens, you're locking in some good profits off of that momentum. Now let's look at a short opportunity for us in case you guys like to short. Now, you guys can see I lined everything up already, but you can see the green momentum shift turned to red and you saw the check marks go from red to green, okay? That's the go sign, okay? Now let me move this down just a little bit more. And what's happening during this time? It actually went down. Not as much as you probably would like, but it still went down. So let's say you took a short during the middle of the day and you closed throughout the middle of the day. You're looking at about 6% profit. Now, again, 6% in crypto is not a lot, but for Bitcoin, it's actually a pretty decent move and you should be happy with those profits. The whole goal of this isn't to make you a lot of money, it's to help get you guys consistent profits. Profit, 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 profit. It starts to add up over time. So 6% with a $100,000 portfolio is a lot different than 6% if you guys only have 50 bucks. But if you guys keep on growing at 6%, 6%, 6%, you're going to get there in no time. You just have to be able to hold on and trust that the system is working for you. Now, as far as this is concerned, there are a few different levels I would say you guys want to look at. For getting out, you could have closed right here, or you guys could, again, just use your simple technical analysis and started looking for support zones. A little bit of support right there, a little bit of support right here, and you guys could have scaled out at each individual one of these zones here, and then you guys would have been able to make even more money. Instead of only making about 6% profit, you guys could have walked away with 13, or if you guys just sold out at the first support level, 12, like 11.5%. That's the way you have to use this. Now, one more opportunity here is actually after a major crash, because sometimes it doesn't tell you that the crash is happening, right? So sometimes you're using other technical analysis like this, and you're actually just saying, whoa, look at that. You know, we just broke down. That's probably not a good sign. And then boom, you see, you really don't see the buy opportunity until right here, which, you know, you're still going to make profit off of that trade because you're opening a short right here and you're closing it right around here. So you're still making a profit, but you notice it's not as much profit as this. So I want you guys to also just be aware that there's other tools you guys can use, like the basic technicals on top of it. But here's where things can get a little bit more interesting again. We found support around $17,000, $18,000. Well, again, you just have to go back and use that basic technical analysis of what was happening during this time frame. So don't ignore those signs that were saying, hey, be very, very careful here. We might actually find an opportunity to bounce, okay? That's where you guys have to be the most careful. And you guys can also use this on different time frames here, although this is much more difficult. You can see right now we've just had a green. That green occurred on the 16th of January. And if I show you guys this right here, move this down just a little bit, that's right here. So again, you would have only made a small profit so far, but somehow maybe it goes up a little bit higher. Typically, I prefer to use this on the daily charts. The weekly charts have too much news in them, too much, not so much about fundamentals, but a lot about what's happening in the overall market. But you can see over here, it did work out. We went from red to green. There was a little bit of red in there. You could have bought right here and look at that surge. If you guys are looking for the weekly chart, I would recommend using it only in bull markets, not in bear markets, which we're currently in right now. Now, this is something that's going to help you guys out a lot, especially if you guys like to use multiple charts. If you guys go over here and go over here to this little 3 dots section on top of it, so I'll say more, you guys can always move this onto other charts by going add this indicator to entire layout, and then boom, all the colors are going to copy over so you don't have to change the colors every single time. It makes your life a lot easier. And for this example, Visa, again, what just happened? Red to green right there. You buy here, the momentum still hasn't shifted, so you could still be holding Visa right now for a solid profit, especially if you guys are trading options or calls, you know, stuff like that. You could make a lot of money using this indicator. Just be responsible and understand there are other technicals out there, okay? If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to subscribe and check out our next video over here with 22 Finviz scanners for free.